Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel once again. So today's video is very simple. We are going to create a flower bouquet on a loose side, and then we are going to use ball pen to fix everything at the end. So we need to create a basic guideline. So I'm creating a vase, a simple vase, nothing fancy in it. So you can create a fine oval shape, and then you can give any shape to the vase, and then you can define your flower, where you want to keep bigger flower, where you want to keep smaller flower. So I have created something like this, 3 round shape, 2 complete and 1 half for the overlapped flower, and couple of flowers are smaller in size here and there. This guideline is important so that you can see what kind of structure you will get at the end, because whenever we try to create everything with the help of watercolor directly, we might end up inappropriate proportion of flowers. So it's better to keep a guideline something like this so that you can understand what kind of flower you can keep in which area. So this is the basic guideline, and you can definitely define your own. You don't have to copy mine. So a smaller flower, bigger flower, group of flower, and then you can rub the unwanted pencil mark. So I can still see the pencil mark clearly so that I can follow the structure. We don't have to follow very precisely, but we have a basic idea like where we can keep our flower. So I'm going to start with the smaller flower, and I am using lighter shade of purple color. I have mixed a lot of water into my color pigment to make it little lighter, and then I'm creating simple 5 to 6 petals into it. Basic structure, simple perspective, but in a group. So I'm creating 3 to 4 flowers in a particular area to create group of flower. So you can create something like this. I'm using lighter shade of purple color, but definitely you can use your own color to create different kind of flower altogether. So basically you need to understand how we can follow the instruction, but you can define your own flower, you can have your own vase structure, you can have different kind of flower altogether. It's totally fine, totally up to you. Now I'm done with this flower. I'm using darker shade of purple color. I'm also mixing little bit of blue into it, and then I can create the center part of the flower. So while creating petals, I have kept fine negative space in between so that I can fill those area with little darker shade to create the center part of the flower. Now let's create the bigger flower. So I want to keep this flower in white, and I always like to keep white flower into my group of flowers. So I'm creating a bigger dot and then smaller dot around it with the help of black color, and then just clean your brush, and with the help of clean water start creating petals. So I'm dragging color from the dots that we have created with the help of black color, and that is why we are getting very lighter shade of gray color, which turn into white flower, because we are creating white flower on a white sheet. So we cannot use white color, right? So that's why I'm using lighter shade of gray color, and this is the easiest way to paint white flowers. So this is my white flower. I'm creating only one. You can definitely define the petal shape little different than mine. I have just created a loose white flower, and then let's create 2 more bigger flower. One is in different perspective and another one is normal perspective. So this one is the side perspective, or you can say only half of the flower is visible. So I'm using lighter shade of pink color, and I have created single stroke like this. This is only half visible, so I have created half flower, and then in between you can create more strokes, little finer. Then I also have a little bit of negative space, as you can see. So I'm going to create the center part of the flower. Meanwhile, we can create another flower with same structure. So 1 stroke petals around the flower, around the center part of the flower. So just fill the whole area and keep the negative space in between for the center part of the flower. With the help of dark purple color, you can create the center part of the flower like this. Also, you can create little bit of more petals around it touching the center part of the flower with little different color. So first I have used pink color, now I am using purple color. Because of this you can have little bushier structure, and all these flowers are on the loose side as you can see, but don't worry about it because anyways we are going to fix it at the end. Now with the help of blue color I am creating a string of flower. So nothing fancy as such, you can create a round shape with lighter shade of blue color like this. And as you are moving towards upward direction you can keep the structure a little smaller. So base flowers are a little bigger in size, and as you are moving towards upward direction you can keep the flower size little smaller, and you can make it very close to each other like I'm doing. And then at one side of the flower you can make it little darker. So I'm using same shade but darker, and I'm adding little extra color around the edge but not throughout, so that you can see little contrast. You can also have fine negative space in between area as well. So I'm repeating the same thing with red color in this particular area. Again same structure, round in shape, you can have fine negative space. You can start with the lighter color and then you can also add little darker shade at one side of the flower. Now these are my flowers. I'm pretty much happy with my flowers. Now with the help of green color you can start creating leaf. So I have started with the sap green color and I'm creating a small leaf like this around the base of the structure, around the flower area that we have created. So we can use different shades of green and we can create different kind of leaf altogether. These are one stroke leaf, very simple to paint. You just need to apply a little pressure into your brush and move your brush towards left and right, and then release slowly so that you can get little pointed end around the leaf area. Whenever we have a group of flowers, so we need to connect everything with the help of stem. So you can create fine stem in between, like we can see all these flowers are connected with each other. So something like this you can do. Now you can have different shades of green as well. So I have mixed a little bit of blue into my sap green to make it bluish greenish kind of color. And now I'm creating two stroke leaves. So I'm combining two strokes together. You can have fine negative space in between. So basically you will get something like this. So these are two strokes leaves, and then you can think like in which area you want to keep your leaf, and that is totally up to you. That is totally up to what kind of composition you have, and you can keep adding different kind of leaf around your flower area. I'm creating a couple of more leaves around the group of flowers that I have, but smaller in size. So you can have fine green element around the flower area that you have. So fine element with green color. So my vase is opaque, I don't want to keep it transparent. So that is why we don't have to create any stem inside the vase area. So you can keep it blank, because anyways you are going to create an opaque vase. Now I think I should add more flower with different shades of color. So you can randomly put some flower color and then you can create a little bit of leaf around it. And these things, as you can see, I'm not thinking too much. I'm randomly putting all these things just to complete the flower and the leaf area. So until you're satisfied, you can keep adding, but don't overdo it. Sometimes we overdo it and we ruin our structure. So I think I'm done with the flowers. Now with the help of blue-green color, so I have mixed blue and green together, and I'm going around the vase area that I have. So first you can start with the lighter color on a safer side, and you can also have little bit of negative space in between, just random negative space. I'm not defined anything, but if we have little lighter area or white area in between the vase, it is more like we have some shiny effect around it. So that's why I have kept little bit of white area in between my vase, and then with darker color I'm going around it. So I want to keep my vase opaque, so that's why I'm adding more and more color. If you want to keep your vase lighter, you can have very light shade of these kind of color, and then you can simply have some negative space in between the vase and some lighter color around it, and that is done. But mine is opaque and this is safer option, so you can have more and more color around it. You can have little bit of green kind of color, little bit of blue kind of color, and something like this you can do at the end. Keep the edge little darker. You can also have a line around the vase to make it look like we have little bit of shiny effect. We can do these things with the help of pen directly, but let's do it with the help of color as well. Now I'm pretty much done. Now with the help of pencil you can define a little bit of shadow area. So a pencil is the safer option, so that is why I always like to do a little bit of shadowing with the help of pencil, and then you can use gray color to add more shadows and blend it with the help of clean water so that we can avoid any hard edges. And I have done around the base. Now you can have little bit of leaf kind of pattern around the leaf that we have created, so that we can have shadows of leaves as well. So something like this you can do. So I'm almost done. I think I should have more darker color, so I'm adding more blue color into the vase area that I have. And as you can see, I have kept white area into the center part of the vase. Now let's fix everything and let's finish this particular video. So with the help of pen, you can use normal ball pen as well. Try to define your flower shape, your leaf shape better. So initially we have created everything on a loose side, right? Now it's time to define your structure in a little better manner, so that the visibility of flowers and leaf are more precise and more defined. So I'm creating similar kind of structure with the help of pen. So whatever we did with the help of watercolor, we are doing similar thing. It is just like outlining the structure, but not very precise outlining. You can combine two leaves together while outlining a leaf. You can also utilize white area from the sheet itself. You can define your petal area better as compared to what we have done with the watercolor. And this is the time to fix everything. So if you are a beginner, I think it is the greatest way to fix everything and to combine everything together. So whenever I have less time to do something, I just randomly paint something with the help of watercolor, and then with the help of pen I defined everything more precisely so that I can have a better picture. So you don't have to trace everything, but you can think of defining everything more clearly. Now you can see, we can see the white flower better, we can see the leaf area better. So something like this you can definitely do at the end to fix it. You can do the reverse of what we are doing. So first you can draw everything with the help of pen, and then you can put some watercolor into it. So that technique is called line and wash technique, wherein we defined everything with the help of pen and then we use watercolor. Now I'm going through the vase area as well, outlining the vase structure, also just adding little bit of stroke in between the vase area. So these are random stuff you can do as per your need, but don't overdo. That is the only suggestion I have. So we are definitely going to do the reverse of what we did in today's video. So in the next video I'll show you how we can draw everything first and then how we can utilize watercolor. And we are done with today's video. I'm hoping this video is helpful for you guys, and thank you so much for watching. See you guys in the next video.